Well, we have crowned the NRCHA Kimes Ranch Derby champion here in Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm Amy Wilson. This is the EQN Sports Desk, driven by Holiday Auto Group. Coverage is presented by Ranch Fuel. And a big congratulations, Boyd Rice. Thanks for coming up.
Well, thank you.
This was awesome. Halracious Rebel by Metallic Rebel, and out of CR A Little Peak is the 5-year-old stallion you are riding, Jim Paul. This is a really special win. Your first time to win the Derby. You've won 4 of the 5 premier events in the NRCHA. The first time to win the Derby. What do you think of that?
Well, it was pretty exciting. Real exciting. Yeah, it was. The horse was pretty exceptional all day, and I just got it done.
So when you found out what you won, $60,000 for winning the Derby, you came in with $22,001 for the last couple of weeks, and then also won another $2,500 on your other horse, $85,000. And what's your reaction to that?
Oh, that was real good because I was needing it.
You already spent it?
I've already spent it, yeah.
Well, we're glad you won that huge payout, and a special thank you to Matt and Amanda Kimes for being the title sponsor of this event, and I know you appreciate them too.
Yep, I appreciate that very much.
Yeah. So let's talk more about Jim Paul and this 5-year-old stallion. You've had him for a while, so tell us the history there.
So I got him when he was a yearling, and my son-in-law Daniel started him, and I started riding him in January of his 3-year-old year, and trained him up and showed him at the snaffle bit, and I was 5th there at the snaffle bit, and then he got hurt. Got his leg hung in the fence, and it took us about 6 months to get all that straightened out. And then I started showing him again, and he's just been pretty spot on, ever since then.
Yeah, amazing. A 664.5. You actually tied with Russell Probert, stuck in overdrive, but the tiebreaker was the cow score, and you were a 223.5. So you came in 220 in the herd, a 221 in the rain. Let's take a look at this cow work that the fence work that you did tonight. This was really exciting. The cattle were a little bit challenging. Take us through it.
Well, when she come in there, I was just kind of waiting on her to get a hold of me, and she just really never did, and just acted like she was going to be a little bit slow. So I just kind of tried to stay away from her and let her work me there a little bit, and then I started trying to get a little bit more aggressive and see if I could push her across. So I knew she was going to stay on the fence for me when I went down through there, and the cow just got better. But she just kind of come over to this corner and then went over to the other corner, and just didn't act like a whole lot was going to happen. And I tried to go right here, and she ducked back on me, and I had to leave right out of there. But yeah, no, all this was good, and he.
Wow, that's pretty.
Really, yeah, and that's where this horse really gets his points, because he uses his butt and his nose and stuff so good on a cow, and it was just spot on. Everything was tight and right on that cow.
This is amazing. I watched it from up above.
He just got so much form, and eye appeal.
Yeah.
That you can mark a lot of points on him.
And makes it look so effortless.
Pretty much effortless, yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah, he's just an unbelievable athlete.
Yeah, very cool. So a 664.5, as I mentioned. The high score in the herd work prelims, a 222 there. You brought a bunch of horses here, so it's been a busy couple weeks, hasn't it?
Yes, it's been extremely busy.
And what a way to finish it.
Yeah, no, it finished real good.
What are your plans with Jim Paul?
Well, I'll just keep showing him. I'll take him to the Hackamore Classic in Tulsa, and just keep knocking away at it.
I was helping host the live action here, and the commentators talked about the heat here. The first week they said it was so nice, and then it continued to get a little bit hotter, and what you have to do for these horses to really help them. Talk about that. What did you have to do to keep him at his best?
Well, so that horse has got a lot of energy, so I didn't have to worry about that. The heat didn't bother him one bit, and I didn't have to work him a whole lot, and I didn't work him on a cow today all day. I just rained on him this morning early, and then come in here and started showing him, and it didn't bother him one bit.
That's awesome. Tell us more about your career, some of the highlights, and what it means to you to be involved the way that you are and continue to win.
Well, I know
it's hard to sum up.
Yeah, I mean, like I've been going at it pretty hard all my life. I mean, pretty much, and the wins don't come real often, but when they do, they're sure nice.
Yeah, so many highs and lows. It makes the wins extra special. How did you first get involved in showing cow horses?
I trained cutting horses all my life, and a guy named Dick Pieper told me one time. He said they're going to have an event in Guthrie, and it was the world's greatest horseman. He said you ought to go try to do it, and I didn't think much of it at the time, but then I kind of got to thinking about it, and I got my boy's horse, Taryn, his horse, Montana's Musical Socks, and he'd already, did the cutting, and I just started roping on him, and what little reining I knew, and I went to that show, and that was the first time I ever showed one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I didn't do any good.
You didn't do any good, but you were hooked?
Yeah. Well, I was. I started hunting a 3-year-old to take to Reno.
Okay.
And I found one, and they had a sale there in Fort Worth in February maybe, and that horse was a 2-year-old, and I bought him and trained him and went out there to the snaffle bit, and I've been kind of going to it every year.
So you just trained him like you would train your cutting horses? But
I pretty much trained him in a round pen. I didn't really have a great big pen at that time. And
yeah.
Yeah, and it was all extremely foreign to me, but that horse was pretty exceptional too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so he helped me out.
Yeah, when you find one that wants to win as much as you do.
He trained himself.
Well, I don't know about that. You should give yourself a little more credit. Looking back over these years, what's something that you've learned that's helped you the most when you get in situations like this? And
oh, I don't know what's helped me the most. Maybe just like I set goals and I strive for them and try to better myself all the time as a horseman. And tonight I was just trying to be real smooth and get the biggest check I could, and it just worked out that it was a big one.
Always trying to better yourself as a horseman. I love
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
That's great advice to anyone. I also want to say a big congratulations to Bob Grieve. I know he is really excited about this win. He's the owner of Halracious Rebel. So big congratulations to them and to you. Anything else you want to add about this whole experience and getting this win here at the Kimes Ranch Derby?
Well, I want to thank Bob and for sending me that horse, and that's a long story behind that, the Jim Paul part, because Bob rode with Jim Paul himself and Dima, and when he come to Texas, he called and wanted to know if he could bring his horses there, and I said yeah, and he come and rode, and then rode every day there with us, and then he bought this horse and sent it to us, so we nicknamed him Jim Paul. And I showed him at the snaffle bit, and then I got to thinking about it. We should have changed that horse's name to Jim Paul. Honestly, we should have, but after I showed him, we couldn't change it. So
Yeah.
But that would have been pretty cool if we could have done that.
Yeah, that would have
But
been
I didn't
cool.
think about it till afterwards.
Well, it sounds like he'll be known as Jim Paul, and $85,000 is what you're walking away with. Again, a special thank you to Matt and Amanda Kimes Ranch. We've had so much fun here at the NRCHA Kimes Ranch Derby in Scottsdale, Arizona. A huge congratulations to Boyd Rice. Exciting to see him get this win. I'm Amy Wilson. This is the EQN Sports Desk. It's driven by Holiday Auto Group, and coverage is presented by Ranch Fuel.